So you think that she does not owe the NYSC nor the government an apology?
No, what has to happen? It is the NYSC that is owing her an apology. And it is the Nigerian government that is owing her a listening ear. The woman who called to threaten her, we will have to look at that, the legality of that, and the possible legal consequence for that. We cannot accept for Nigeria to be a banana republic, right? Because even under the act, what is the worst that they can do? What is the worst that they can do? Assuming that a Corps member even violates the bylaw, maybe 1 month extension, but in this case, she has not even violated anything. And you are calling to threaten her. The woman is not the spokesperson of President Tinubu. If somebody says Tinubu is a terrible president, is that not a statement of facts for which millions of Nigerians are in agreement? And they say, why did you say Lagos is smelling? Lagos is stinks and whatever. Why do we have Loma in Lagos? When you make such a statement,
Barrister, when you make such a statement about the president, do you have evidence to substantiate all that you have said? Or can you make that claim in both statements with your right claims? Can you make it with your right claims? Or do we just say it because we just have to say it?
No, saying that Tinubu is a terrible president is self-evident. Right? It's self-evident.
So self-evidence, do you use self-evidence in the courts?
I mean this...
do you use self-evidence in the courts?
The evidence is before you. The evidence is before you. If the president is not terrible, Nigerians will be able to afford...
Is the evidence
I want to give you the evidence.
Is the evidence admissible in court?
Of course it is admissible. Because the judge who will preside over the case could not have possibly trekked to the court. He would have had to enter a vehicle, and he knows how much he's buying fuel.
Our major concern now is how can you prove in the court that Tinubu is a terrible president? Yes, it's a fact, but how can you prove it in the court that Tinubu is a terrible president? The data that we are using. Let's come to the data aspect. If you can remember, if you can recall, as I some months ago, we were buying MTN 2.5 gig, 500 naira, which we were still complaining that it is too high. And to make it worse, for him to prove himself as a terrible president, can I increase it to 900? Imagine, from 500 to 900 with economy that you cannot even eat. There are so many points. Now, the judges that are coming to the court, we are going to ask them, sir, ma, please, how much do you take a TP before? Maybe 1,000. Now, how much are you taking now? Okay, fine. If they have their own car, how much did you buy fuel before? Now, how much do you buy it now? Even though a private sector, even when a private sector is trying to intercede, even when Dangote is trying to intercede for us, it's still high. An individual is trying to help Nigeria, the government are still taking it higher. So what points are you looking for again? Of course, I know Tinubu doesn't count public opinion, because in the democracy of which we are practicing, in a democracy state, a country, public opinion is supposed to be very important. But in our own, public opinion is neglected, it's not counted. So what are we doing? Public opinion is my first point. public opinion is supposed to be counted in a democratic country, but it is neglected. Instead, they persecute you, they lock you up and throw away the key. So I want you to give me, give everybody your own point of view of how Tinubu is a terrible president. That is what we need. Thank you. Let's see how it goes. God bless.